welcome to Jerusalem. I'm Jenny. Behind me, the fabulous walls of the Old City of Jerusalem. The walls as we know them today were rebuilt around 500 years ago by the Ottoman Turkish Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. The story of Suleiman and his connection to the walls of Jerusalem starts right here at Lion's Gate. Legend has it that Suleiman had a recurring nightmare about two pairs of lions tearing him apart. His advisors told him that this was a forewarning of his downfall, and that in order to avoid it, he would have to rebuild the walls of the Old City of Jerusalem. Suleiman completed the task, and as a final gesture, had the two pairs of lions engraved here, which astute watchers of the Discovery Channel will recognize to actually be panthers. In June of 1967, it was through this gate that Israeli paratroopers entered the Old City and raised the Israeli flag over the Temple Mount, liberating the Old City of Jerusalem. Just behind me are two graves. Legend has it that they're the architect and the engineer of the wall. Suleiman the Magnificent was so pleased with their work,
magnificent,
so we had them killed and buried here to ensure that they didn't build anything as beautiful anywhere else in the world. And you think you have problems with your boss. Behind me is the Gate of Mercy, often said to be the most beautiful of all the gates. You'll notice that it's completely sealed from top to bottom. This is because, according to Jewish tradition, this gate, which faces the Mount of Olives, will be the gate through which the Messiah will enter Jerusalem. Suleiman, therefore, not wanting to take any chances, had the gate permanently sealed shut. So right now we're standing outside of the Jaffa Gate, which faces the ancient port city of Jaffa. Up until 1870, these gates were closed every night. The first line of the Old City's defense was the archer. All throughout the walls of the Old City, there are literally thousands of windows like this one, wide on the inside and narrow on the outside, which makes it much easier for the guy on the inside to hit the guy on the outside than the guy on the outside to hit the guy on the inside. Got it? If the advancing armies manage to get through catapults and flaming arrows, and they reach the gates of the Old City, next, the hot oil treatment. Hot. Very hot. Throughout the centuries, world leaders have always made it a point to make just the right entrance into the Holy City. In 1898, this section of the wall next to the Jaffa Gate was removed to allow Kaiser Wilhelm II to enter the city without having to get out of his carriage. In 1917, when the British took control of the city, General Edmund Allenby dismounted his horse and, out of respect for the Holy City, entered on foot. We're standing out front of Zion Gate, the main gate on the south side of the city. It is here that modern history has left its most indelible mark. Bullet holes from the fierce fighting that took place here during Israel's War of Independence in 1948. In July of 1949, in a last-ditch attempt to hold on to the Old City, Israeli soldiers brought a 300-pound bomb and placed it here against the wall. It made a huge explosion, but hardly a dent in the wall. Jerusalem was forced to remain a divided city for the next 19 years. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our tour around the walls of the Old City of Jerusalem. There's so much more to see here. We've only just scratched the surface. So come and visit soon. We'll leave the gates open. Well, not this one.